Hey everybody, welcome back to the Daily Game here on Gambit Digital, the show that's not always daily because we can't put out daily content and fake enthusiasm like everyone else on this platform. Anyways, to the news today, game related and tech related, which is kind of interesting. So Apple has come out with a couple of new models to their product line the other day because this is what Apple does, make minor changes and up the price for you into the future. But what's interesting in this regard is we have information on the new iPad Pro. Yes, the iPad is still a thing. Yes, apparently people still buy tablets to do stuff with, I'm not sure what, but I guess would hopefully read, maybe? I don't know what tablets are anymore. They don't make any sense. But Apple seems to know this as well, as they're trying to court a new market with this new iPad Pro. How are they trying to court a new market? What are they doing differently this time around? Well, they're going after the gaming market, and they want to focus this iPad Pro as the go-to portable gaming device. Okay, mobile gaming is a big thing on cell phones. Mobile gaming on tablets, I assume, would be the same thing. It's just on a larger screen. But this pitch is interesting in terms that Apple has never really targeted gamers outside of that old Pippin console that they rarely talk about or ever mention. So this is strange. They're not just billing it as a gaming tablet, which we've seen before, and we've seen gaming phones before. But the marketing they're using for it is they're actually targeting the big two consoles. They're targeting the PS4 and the Xbox One. What they say, and these are in their words, and I quote, "It provides an experience that rivals consoles for the very first time." So they're making claims that the iPad Pro is more powerful than an Xbox One S. Now, to be fair, that may actually be the case. Apple is the one saying this. These haven't been in the wild. We don't know how they work in a real world setting. And those specs could be true. And why I say this is that an Xbox One S can cost you right around $200, probably less during Black Friday, and even less if you're going for a used one. But let's say roughly $200. That's a fair chunk of change, but nothing crazy and enough to let you game and play all the latest titles and have a good bit of fun for the next few years. Now, the iPad Pro, because this is an Apple device, is going to start at $800. That's right, $800. So that means, what, you can get 4 Xbox Ones for the price of that? So for the price of one mobile gaming tablet, you could probably buy an Xbox One S, a PlayStation 4, a Nintendo Switch, and probably have some money left over for a couple games for each system, even if they're used. So that's the first thing. So be clear, you're going to spend $800 for what Apple is calling a gaming tablet thing. This is their focus this year. Now, they did so in a pretty stark way. They got up on their presentation. They put an Xbox One Up S on the screen. So this isn't just like a one-off comment. They are actually targeting the Microsoft community and the gaming community in general. They actually got 2K Games involved. They brought up and showed off the new NBA 2K19. And to be fair, if you watch the presentation, it looks fine. The game looks like it works okay. The game on the iPad is being rendered with what they say is more than 6 million pixels. It's clocking in at 60 FPS, and it looks great. Now, we have to remember the one thing. No matter how powerful your phone is, no matter how powerful your tablet is, it's never going to work as a gaming platform, and a focus on gaming has always ended up killing gaming phones and gaming focused laptops. Now, why is this the case? Well, you can probably tell without even thinking much is that there is no way you're going to get the same console experience on an iPad or on a tablet that has a giant screen and no controls, at least no physical controls. There's absolutely no way you're going to replicate the DualShock or the Xbox controller or even the Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons in any way on screen. We've seen this for years when ports of PC games get shifted over to the iPad or to the mobile phone, they're more novelties than anything. You got GTA San Andreas, you have Max Payne, you have these big games that are quite fun and work quite well even on mid-range phones, but are absolutely unplayable in a real-world setting unless you buy physical controls or a Bluetooth joystick. That's why Bluetooth controllers for phones are so big and popular. Now, we don't know if this is really going to be focused for games, if Apple is really going to dive into this marketing headfirst. I can see, and Apple loves making money, and they need to make money to continue their trends, that they're going to probably release their own Bluetooth video game controller, because there is a market already for these things. I've got probably at least 3 or 4. A lot of them were sent into the office, of course, but I know personally I've at least purchased one to try to play some of these games. And of course, because it's an Android device I have, there's all sorts of settings and apps, and it's kind of a messy thing. So on the surface, what Apple is saying could be true, but you could have in your iPad the guts of a top-of-the-line computer with all sorts of fancy processors and GPUs and all this memory, and you can run Crysis on there and impress people on stage on a demo and then give it to a person, and if they have to slide their fingers on a screen, the experience is already going to be ruined. Now, that's not to say that I don't respect or enjoy mobile gaming. It's great. There are games that are designed for that platform that work incredibly well. You have all sorts of puzzle games that work really well. You have a lot of RPGs that have been ported over because they don't require these sorts of precise controls. You have Minecraft on the Pocket Edition, which does very, very well. And even stuff like Fortnite and PUBG are on the phones that give you an okay experience. You're never going to get a control. And how do you know that? Well, if you just look up Fortnite or PUBG Mobile accessories, what are you going to get? You are going to get tons of controllers and all these weird buttons and hinge things that you can slap onto your iPhone or Android device to try to give you a better, more accurate experience. And to be fair, that does work. And in some cases, might be enough for most people. There is a market for the tablets, something like the Surface, anything with like an attachable Bluetooth keyboard, or something that you can plug into your monitor. I don't know what I'm saying today. Plug it into your monitor and have a good time. If you're not going to be super involved, you can throw on entry-level video editing, entry-level photo editing, a couple of mobile games, Fortnite, PUBG, some RPGs, boom, Bluetooth controller, Bluetooth keyboard, plug it into your screen when you need to, if that's your thing. Some people like that. It's not my thing, but some people like that. Now, even with these console-like specs, you're going to have a lot of power in this thing. It's going to be cool. It's just never going to replicate the idea of these games with a physical controller in front of the screen. So you just have to look at history for that. And Nintendo is a great way to kind of look at things. Nintendo has never, at least to my recollection, never had the most portable, or the most powerful portable, there we go, that's how you say it, the most powerful portable video game console on the market when they were out. The Nintendo Game Boy was bloody fantastic, but there were other things that came out right around the same time that were much better. Take a look at something like the Game Gear. The Game Gear was great. It was color. It was far more powerful than the Game Boy. It had all sorts of accessories where you could watch TV and radio and all these things. And it was destroyed by the tiny little Game Boy. So much so that the Game Boy didn't really have to evolve or adapt very much for tons of years. It was one of those first consoles where limited editions and colors and mini pocket versions were the thing. I mean, it just, people kept buying that thing. And then you would go on, the DS versus a PlayStation Portable. There's absolutely no competition there graphically. But for some reason, the simplicity and the ease and the affordability of the DS just destroyed everything else. So just because you have the guts of something, and on paper it's better, doesn't mean that's actually going to happen in the market. And of course, what you have to remember is NBA 2K19 looked great on screen. It looked great in the presentation. But are developers actually going to take the time to port modern releases and place them on something like the iPad? We're not talking about placing them on all app stores. We're not saying they're going to hit every tablet. We're saying, okay, we have this Apple ecosystem. Are we going to spend millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, however it costs, to port a complete PC game just for this limited iPad market? And a limited iPad market where the game can only work on this device because it's the most powerful. So you have to look at it from a business point of view. And if you do that, it's probably not going to be in-house, probably going to be out of house, and it's going to be a lot smaller. So there's a lot of things to think about. Yes, mobile gaming is on the rise. Yes, even sub $200 cell phones are going to be able to play everything. I have a phone that I use. We get a lot of review units here for stuff, but you know what I have? I still have an Honor 6X. $150 on sale when I bought it myself, and it's still my main phone, and it can still play PUBG, it can still play Fortnite stuff, whatever you have, it still plays the stuff okay. You know, why do I not worry about getting something fancier? Because I'm not actually going to sit down for hours and play those games on my mobile device. I'm going to pick them up while I'm in line. I'm going to pick them up when I'm doing something quick, have a little fun, move on. If I want the actual experience, I'm always going to go to the PC or console. So that's the news today. What do you guys think about Apple pushing this new iPad Pro as a gaming platform kind of thing? What do you think Apple is doing, pushing into this new segment that they really haven't explored before? Do you think it's the right move? Do you think tablet gaming is going to be a huge thing now? And do you think what are the odds that Apple is probably going to release some sort of Apple branded controller to go along with this thing or something like that? Let us know in the comments below. If you want more actual daily video game news that is actually written and put together and pieced together like actual journalism, which gaming journalism isn't the thing, but actual news related to video games at the very least without being paid by advertisers, you can head over to our website, gambitmag.com. And if you want daily and more content throughout the day, you can always follow us on Facebook as well. So that's it for us today. If you like this video, you know what to do, all that extra stuff, whatever influencers say. I don't know how things are anyways these days. I can barely talk, as you can tell. So I'm going to go have some coffee, is what I'm going to do, and then we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.